All right, KUBE 93.3, it's the Wake Up Show. I'm Strawberry.
And I'm Lizette Love.
And it's great to have Nate Jackson back after he blew up from being on our show last time. It's great. It's great to take full credit.
Your career really skyrocketed after you were here last.
Maybe you guys are the magic.
He's back to say you're welcome. I just want to say, no thanks needed, man. We're just happy to help.
I'm appreciative.
You're welcome. Hey, remember when you said we said let's do this at 11:30 and you're like, nah, can we do it earlier? And we were like, yeah, we can do it earlier. So we said 11 and then you got here at like 12.
So
that's how this is starting.
Hey, remember when that happened?
Here's the thing, right? So I had my plans, and then the freeway was like, hey, check this out. And so we went at the pace that it let me go.
I gotcha. No, we don't care. We got to be here till 2, 3 anyway. Doesn't matter.
It's 11:46 though.
Yeah.
I just want to say, and I could have been here earlier, but I was in the lobby long enough to take a little nap.
That's him right there.
Plus, we've been bullshitting on which hard seltzer to drink. Like we're going through all the flavors on which one is the move
San
here.
Juan's. Which one are you drinking?
I am drinking the February Delight Blackberry. There you go.
Yeah, cheers me up too.
And Strawberry is having Rainier Cherry.
Got that Rainier cherry.
That's what's up. Shout out to San Juan Seltzer.
Yeah.
Ew.
So I'm glad we're back into a new phase in this pandemic because
You don't want to tell her how I was laying down on the ground when you came out there?
no, I thought you already threw that knife in my back. You want to keep going?
Oh, you really were?
Yeah, I walk out there and here's
Wow,
Nate sprawled out,
What a dickhead.
sprawled out like a sleepy Santa.
Like somebody threw me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so dramatic.
Getting his angles also, and I'm like, I know what he's doing. He's doing I showed up, they're making me wait move. Here's photographic evidence that I'm not getting any respect.
I was just on the gram, no pictures, and I had decided in the elevator I was going to lay down when I got up there. So I legit was only laying down for maybe, 15 seconds when you walked out.
And I didn't do that on purpose because just the timing right, I was uploading something, I was clearing out some memory on my laptop. Like, because some people, and Nate knows this, some people will do that. Like, oh, you have a 12 o'clock appointment?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to make you wait
Sit
on the
out there
lobby
till 12.
Yeah.
for 12:15 or something like that. I honestly didn't do that on purpose. And I know so many people in the industry who do. So I didn't want you thinking like, oh, here goes Straw, making me wait out here.
I'm black. And traditionally, in honor of February, we're late often. So no one is judging
In honor of February.
when I was allowed in a building.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to clear the air because I'm not that dude.
All good, man.
But I'm glad we're back into this new phase because your comedy club in Tacoma, Nate Jackson, super funny comedy club.
Yeah.
It was just about to launch. You had your grand opening, and then COVID said, nah, let's shut it all back down.
Let's tweak that a little.
Okay.
COVID was definitely a concern, and we had put safety first by only going to 35% capacity. But we were like literally doing everything that is now recommended for everybody.
You were ahead of the curve.
Way ahead. Like
Nice.
I made a whole PowerPoint thing and sent it off to the governor's office. Like, this is everything we're already doing. We were temperature checking. We were doing 8 feet between people. We were doing, like, we did it all. Masks, 6 feet distancing when you're waiting to be seated. One way to the bathroom, one way back, all of that. Like,
How hard was it to make sure that people were actually cooperating with it, though? Because I go into the store.
Well, you got to think back in July, people were like, okay. Most people are like, it's real. And then the people that were like, I don't know about this, had enough respect for me and what we were doing to just be like, yo, just do it.
Okay.
That's cool.
And, I had an employee whose whole job was to just walk around and point at their own face so people remember to keep their mask up. Because you could take it off to drink and eat, but you forget and you're like, laughing.
What is that position called? Are you hiring?
The mask checker.
Yeah, future. You just walk around going, your mask's off.
So it should be...
Hey-yo.
It should be said that Nate gets COVID checked all the time. So do I and Lizette. My last one has been negative. Nate just got checked. You're negative also because you're working a lot. So you have to stay on top of your game. We got masks and hand sanitizer, so we're practicing. We're not...
With Clorox wipes.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
getting the
the proof.
vaccine on Sunday morning as well. So
Ooh,
You are. You're getting that injection.
yeah, it's going to stick to me. So I want to apologize in advance if I try to eat your brain. But I'm going to go ahead and get this thing.
Good thing we're doing this before you turn into a zombie then.
Right? So we'll see.
Do you mind me asking, like, what made you want to get the vaccine with a lot of people going back and forth with it's too new, I don't want to do it, they're trying to kill us?
Yeah, well, my dad is like really heavy in doing a lot of research and stuff. And so between Moderna and Pfizer and what he thought was the best one, and then like the overall history of what vaccines are, like he sat me down and had me going for it. So for my parents' safety, essentially, I'm like, let's go.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Are you scared?
The vaccine, of course, I'm scared of everything. I'm scared to drive too far. I'm scared to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, frankly, all the other stuff I've done that could have taken my life, if this extends it, let's go.
Yeah.
But no, so like, he just was like, well, you know, the vaccine basically is going to give your body the ability to recognize COVID-19 as an enemy and then kill it off top because it fools your body, and that's how it goes so crazy for so many days before people are like, yo, I just woke up and I can't breathe, or my legs are hurting, I gotta. And so I'm like, let's get it in there then.
Now, are you, I don't know how much you want to talk about it because I ride a motorcycle. Let me back up. I ride a motorcycle.
So you might as well vaccine.
Well, I hate when people go, you ride a motorcycle? Let me tell you how dangerous it is. I lost a cousin. It's like, I know all that. Yeah. I don't need you to put that on the front of my mind right now. Right. I don't need to talk about that. And I hate when people talk about that. You going into the vaccine Sunday, do you want to talk about stuff you're nervous about, stuff that I've heard, or do you want to be like, yo, man, just don't get in my head about it?
No, it is what it is happening. I mean, I've as a black man, and I'll put emphasis on that only because it's February, but like our culture legitimately has real concerns about this. The government has ran stuff on black people in regards to syphilis and things like that in the past, where they sold a dream and then stuck everybody with it so that they could then try to figure out if they can cure it.
And the Tuskegee experiments.
Tuskegee experiment.
And this wasn't back like in 1600s, 1700s. This was just a couple decades ago. There's people alive.
This was last Thursday.
Basically.
It's just recent enough that it basically, if they threw a needle not in a trash can, you can still go find it.
Yeah.
Like it was that recent.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
no, there's legitimate concern on my behalf. And so, but it wasn't in my lifetime, right? So my father's 77, and he's like, you haven't even experienced seeing the nonsense associated with a vaccine. He's like, we saw it. We saw the propaganda in the community. We saw the people get it. Then we saw them get whatever it gave them.
Yeah.
And then we saw them live with it. You haven't had to experience that.
Yeah.
It's like, this is an entirely different experience from what I'm seeing from what I saw before.
True.
This is everybody needs to get. That was, hey, black people, just y'all. And that sounds a little bit more different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's plenty of stuff out there that could scare me, or, you know what I mean? I saw the nurse pass out when she got it, but I'm like, who passes out that fast after something? Not even a dab puts you down like that.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of needles, though. So maybe she's just one of those people, like, a lot of people just don't like needles.
I'm big on not liking needles.
Yeah.
I think she would be used to it by then. I'm pretty sure she's drawn enough blood and catheters and shit.
Yeah, but it's one thing to be the shooter. It's another thing to be shot. So maybe she was like, oh, they finally got me. She got overwhelmed and passed out. I don't know. My thing is, I'm not going to look at it. They're just going to like pinch it, slap it, whatever to make the spot go dead.
At least you know you got like a good 2 more weeks, because I heard you don't get fucked up till the second shot. The second one is what fucks you up.
I don't know. I mean, I got a homie that's already done both of his. He's fully
and he's
done.
alive?
Yeah, he's in there smiling and everything was cool, man.
Good.
He's like, my mouth was dry for about 20 minutes and that was good.
All right.
I'm like, all right.
But why was your mouth dry? See, I got questions.
Well, they're putting stuff.
He's a pothead.
They're putting stuff in your body.
Well, then that's.
But he's like, I don't recognize cotton mouth, but I recognize vaccine mouth.
Yep. I'm not worried about a microchip. Like, there's that theory, like, oh, they're trying to microchip you. I'm not worried about that because we're carrying around microchips and microphones in our cell phone.
That's crazy anyway.
I'm worried about the stuff that they're injecting us into our body that we haven't had enough time to test.
Dude, have you seen what they did to iPhones?
Which
they did an overnight update without anybody approving it that like literally gives out social distancing information and stuff.
Yeah.
That's one.
Yeah.
And then 2, if you go into your settings and location services, it'll tell you everywhere you've been for like the last 4 months, how long you were there.
Yep.
Circle the address.
The address and everything. Oh, yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
You got an iPhone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can literally tell you where you've been creeping.
Mm-hmm. When you were there,
I ain't been creeping nowhere.
Yeah, well, we can see. Okay, so we'll see where you go, as in work, where
Hold
you
on,
go as in home.
Hold on.
And if you've been anywhere else.
This little,
you got to dig, but it's in there.
Where is this little setting at?
Walk with me.
Okay.
So you're going to go settings.
Uh-huh.
Then you're going to go, give me a minute, because that's retarded. I wouldn't just know that off top.
That's a little weird.
I think I do know. So go settings and privacy.
Privacy.
You got it?
Privacy. Yes.
Everybody in the podcast
Then
follow along also.
Click location services.
Okay.
Then where is it? I think it's at the bottom.
Yeah, you do got to scroll for it. I remember.
Yeah, so then you go down to the bottom, and you click System Services. And then halfway down, I think under like Wi-Fi calling, you'll see significant locations.
Okay.
It's going to scan your face. It opens, and it tells you everywhere you've been since 2020 of April. Damn. And then when you click a location, you can see, like I can see that I stopped at a McDonald's on Portland Road, Northeast in Salem, Oregon on my way up, driving up. I can see that I have been in Tacoma at 6 locations.
Mine only goes back to October.
Mine tells me it tells me how many times I've been to the Super Funny Comedy Club. 7 visits. And then when you click it, it tells you the drive time, how long you were there.
Look at that.
Look
at that.
Fuck?
And that ain't new.
What is this for? For why?
I don't know, but it's like, dude, where were you last or whatever. So when somebody, a lot of times, like this is how the feds are just like knocking on the doors of people who just did that Capitol raid shit. They're like,
shit.
Come here. You think a chip is going to get you? No.
You already got the iPhone.
Yeah, or the Android. Wow. It's in both.
That's true.
I've been a lot of places in Bellevue. What the fuck? Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's sure. You just got to think of the guy's name.
Home Goods. That sounds like me.
It knows you're at Home Goods?
Yeah.
Hey, so real quick, while Lizette is freaking out over her history, Nate Jackson brought up the Super Funny Comedy Club. Going to reopen Valentine's weekend.
Yeah, so we're opening February 11th. And frankly, we need y'all to come on out. It's been, it's been and what we've been through and how it's been brutal. But a lot of people were able to get assistance and help and stuff on the federal level. And because we were open for 1 weekend before the shutdown, no love. So we've literally been doggy paddling and keeping our head afloat. And I am not pulling any punches. We're opening February 11th. The opening weekend is Coco Brown, who is literally the funniest female I've ever seen grab a microphone.
Okay.
The next weekend is Tommy Davidson, comedy legend, living color.
He slays.
Yes. And then the next weekend is Michael Blackson, who is social media, African king of comedy, doing his thing. Then the next weekend we go into Takara Williams, who just finished crushing NBC Bring the Funny. She's a friend of mine for years, hysterical. And then the next week we have Mark Vieira, who's one of New York's king of comedy.
Okay.
For the Latin crowd. And like people just love Mark. He doesn't have a crowd. Like he's just hysterical.
Got it. I'm
talking about crying, laughing. And then the next weekend is DC Young Fly, who is, as far as the young acts go, the hottest person in the country.
And how fast did he blow up also? I know he's been doing it for years, but I mean, you start with Vine and then he got, big on YouTube, Wildin' Out. Were you on the same season as him or you guys overlap? You did? Okay. And then, I mean, has he been in movies? I've seen him somewhere. Yeah.
Wasn't he in the new Friday?
Up. I don't know if there is a
DC Young Fly?
Or was it just being talked about or something?
I got the hookup.
I don't know. Maybe I just made that up. Never mind.
So he's
DC's working.
Touching down when?
He's in movies.
He's March 18th through the 20th. But listen, we open February 11th, so don't just be like, oh, they got DC. Let's just go for that show.
No.
Pull up.
Go now.
All of it. I mean, the club is called Super Funny. So when I tell you I'm booking the funniest people I've ever seen do stand-up, I mean it.
Yeah.
Whether you know them or not. You should, but if you don't, come down, get familiar, get your laugh on. You deserve to laugh. Like, we've been through hell and back this past year.
Yeah.
Come get your giggle on. We're at 25% capacity, 100% good times.
Hey, have you been working on that? That's a good tagline.
How about that? I was passing Federal Way. I was driving through Federal Way like, you know what?
Did you see Nate Jackson's face light up when he dropped that line on us?
Did y'all hear that? You heard what I said?
Sales copy. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
so it's really spread out. Like, we've done the full seating chart and everything, and I'm just looking at, like, there's a lot of floor.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's the biggest comedy club west of the Mississippi outside of, like, 3 of them in L.A. We're at 400 seats. The building holds 660. Like, this is bigger than, this is like 2 or 3 parlors.
Yeah.
Like the club that was in Bellevue.
Yeah.
So this is huge. I mean, the stage alone is 15 feet out from the wall. This is massive. It's like 25-foot ceilings. We have bathrooms with 6 stalls in each one. We have podcast studios. There's 2 different green rooms. The headliners don't even got to be with their features. Like this, we pulled no punches in building the place. The timing of it, was just devastating.
Yeah, it's true.
Right.
And so now it's like, tap me in, coach.
I'm ready to go.
I was in LA shooting a comedy skit with the homies, and Ainsley came on and was like, and removing the Puget Sound in the face. So I was like, hey, I can't finish the skit.
Uh-huh.
I went home, packed up 2 big ass bags, threw them in my truck, and drove home. Like
To get
that's
to open the
how-
doors. Let's go.
And so now we're rocking. Like we're good. Like we are fully stocked with all of our liquor, all of our beers, and all of that, ready for the good times. We got DJs that we're going to be using as house DJs. That's DJ 2, DJ Topspin, and DJ Matt. Shit, that's gonna have to be what it is because DJ's names will be throwing you off.
Yeah, no kidding. Right? Is DJ Matt a white guy? It sounds like a white guy name.
It does, right? No, he's hella Asian.
that counts too.
Hella
And so is
Asian.
DJ 2. That's TU, not TWO.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think at this point everyone
DJ
is over.
Chemist. It's only right to get
Oh,
someone's
Chemist,
name.
of course.
Everybody
Okay.
knows
Okay.
Chemist, but
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, yo, Matt. Like, so I got a DJ Chemist.
I never even knew Chemist's real name. It's
Me
Matt.
either.
Oops.
It is what it is.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I did know that.
Is that right?
It's on his email. It's on his email, ain't it?
Man, that is a solid dude, man.
Yeah, he is. He's
Yeah.
solid dude.
And
utility player right there also.
That part. I was going to say, like, his utility is nuts. Like, he's anything from, like, yo, I'm about to drop a blended mixtape to, do you need me to put in a guardrail?
Right.
Like, he's thorough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He literally helped us install our entire sound, light, music, everything.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And then come time for the relaunch, I'm like, Top, get down here. So Top's been pulled up, 2 pulled up, and he's like, here's how everything works and goes so they can just rotate in and out. So we got legitimate Pacific Northwest celebrity DJs every weekend to go along with like international headliners.
Right.
And then the funniest local talent will be featuring and opening and like hosting. And so we got the recipe.
I love that. I love that.
And so superfunnycomedyclub.com.
And I was also going to mention that it's open. You have a special Valentine's show also, because that's the thing with the pandemic and the restaurants that were shut down, but now they're kind of reopened and reservations are hard to get. You're looking for something, boom, there it is. Super Funny Comedy Club Valentine's Night special show.
I'm gonna put it like this: Coco Brown, I worked it out. She's gonna stay an extra night and knock out the Valentine's show.
That's beautiful.
And it's gonna be jokes that are more Valentine's centered, love, life, relationships, and make it very funny for the couples to watch. She's a female, but she rips like it doesn't matter. Like, who cares?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so the fellas will have a great time, laugh their ass off, and then, you know, fellas, if your lady's laughing, when you get home, it's a great time. Like, a happy woman is a happy woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
hard to find sometimes.
No, not.
They're all at the comedy club.
There it is. There it is.
I'll pull up.
Hey, so that's what's happening immediately, and actually right after reopening weekend is February 16th. There's something happening February 16th.
Hell, I don't know.
There's something. There's a show I wanted to watch. It was something about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Oh.
Is it the 16th?
It is. So Tuesday.
Why are you so humble about this? This is so big.
I was like, what are you talking
Bro,
about?
I saw this on your Instagram, and I'm like,
Because it's
shut
so-
the fuck up.
It's surreal. I'm not even gonna like bullshit. So I'll give it in a sense where I will say what the name of the show is and the pretense last.
Yeah, okay.
But I will say I have over the years auditioned for a lot of projects.
Yeah.
I've gotten a few. I would say like 3%.
Okay.
More, and then I've gotten probably 30%. I have either gotten or gotten extremely close to, and then it didn't pan out.
Yeah.
So
Which is life. That's Hollywood life right there,
but
right?
so you get a thick skin. So I'm like, it's not true till I see it on the screen myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of disposition you have to have.
Yeah.
So I auditioned for this particular project, and they liked me, and they asked me to come back. But when I first auditioned, the script was a dummy script in the sense it didn't have real character names.
Okay.
So I just did it however I would do it. And I knew that based on even being called in that I looked like whoever they wanted me to play.
So you and I couldn't be going for the same part.
Not for that one.
Okay, gotcha.
But there was something for
Good
you.
to know.
Gotcha. Good to know.
So then they called me back, and the guy told me, like, look, this is who it really is. And I was like, bet. And I went to the hardware store, bought a couple things, put that stuff on, and showed up the next day entirely that person.
In costume, in character.
Done. Then
Smart.
did it, and they went all crazy about it, and called and said, you know, basically, you're on avail, which means barring your schedule, you got it.
That's so cool.
And I'm like,
Wow.
well, my schedule's clean.
yeah, right.
Right? So I'm like, oh, let's celebrate. Literally, we have drinks. Me and my manager, you know, we're on Zoom drinking. And then calls me back the next day, and he's like, they opened it up to you and one other person.
Shut
Oh,
up.
fuck.
And I'm like, that don't
hate
mean I
that.
didn't get it. Let's just keep our fingers crossed. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, I haven't even peed out the liquor we drank to celebrate
It's
this.
still
I
in
already
my
got bad
system.
news. Yeah.
Yeah.
Calls me the next day, and he's like, they went the other way. I'm like, fuck.
Shut up.
Yeah. So then the shutdown, the full shutdown of Hollywood happens because that was in March.
Okay.
And then fast forward all the way to the beginning of the summer, and he calls and he's like, dude, this is moving so fast. I haven't even had a chance to call and inform you, but you got it. They just like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson reviewed all the auditions for who it was coming down to, and he was like, what? That's obviously the guy.
Shut up.
And so then it was like, we've been going over like immunization stuff, immigration stuff, and he was like, so congratulations, go finish the rest of that bottle. You are going to be playing Hall of Fame wrestler Junkyard Dog on NBC's new comedy show that is about The Rock's life called The Young Rock. And so it comes out Tuesday on the Comedy Block. Every Tuesday night it'll play. There's 11 episodes to the series, and I'm in 4 as Junkyard Dog. A friend of his father as a child, and also family friend and like low-key mentor, uncle figure to him as he's 15. And the show covers when he was 10, 15, and 19, and it moves fast. Like it's fun to watch,
right?
And it's an NBC budget, so you get to hear
Big
your favorite
money.
songs ever.
Oh yeah,
You get to hear push it. Like all of that is just like mixed all the way in.
So there's a storyline that you have to follow. It's not one of those shows that you can like watch whatever episode and it's not like I don't know what's going on.
It's both.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But there is a storyline because they're following characters and they have character arcs and everything.
So you do have to watch like every episode in order.
Why wouldn't you?
I'm just asking.
It's a good look.
Why are you yelling at me?
So the pilot is episode 1, and it has something from every chunk in it.
Got it.
Okay. Then as we settle into the series, you start to rock with him at 15 for maybe a whole episode, or rock with him at age 10 for a whole episode, or rock with him at 19 at University of Miami when he's trying to go to the NFL and he's competing against Warren Sapp for a spot and all that. You see all of these wonderful moments in his life, and it's dope. And so like his life is nuts. Like how are you?
No kidding.
How is your babysitter Andre the Giant? Like in real life, like hey, just take him for the day. I got a wrestling match. That's The Rock's dad talking to. At that point, just his big homie. You know what I'm saying? Like literally the big, just his homie.
Yeah.
And then and then they all. So this, like when he's 10, this is all pre WWF.
Okay.
So they're still wrestling for The Rock's grandma, Leah Maivia, Peter Maivia's wife, in like Island Pacific Wrestling.
Okay.
Like in the Hawaiian, because she was the first female promoter of wrestling ever, and so they were still just like going back and forth in the South and in Hawaii, and then WWF calls and a lot of flourishing happens in everyone's life.
This is so big. I'm so glad you're on this show.
Man, it's crazy. Like I was, and we filmed in Australia, right? Oh. So
wow.
I fed a kangaroo with my bare hands.
Did you see kangaroo roadkill out there?
I heard that's a thing.
No, but we filmed in Brisbane.
Okay.
Right, and that's
love that place. Love it there.
You been?
Yes.
So no?
That's a no.
Of course I have.
Oh, okay. Well,
what?
Let's go. Who cares? I wouldn't have gone if it wasn't for this, so I'm just thankful.
You, shut up.
But no, I seriously was expecting like Crocodile Dundee's backyard. Like I was like I had spider repellent and shit packed. And I get there, and then where we quarantined and all that stuff, like I peeked through the window. First day, I opened the windows up. There's a Johnny Rockets and a McDonald's, and there's like 50 people walking and jogging dogs.
Shit.
Like it's a full ass seat. Like it was Lakewood. Like it was not. I thought I was expecting.
That's so weird to me. Like when you go places like Hawaii and Alaska and it's like civilized, I'm like, what? No, everyone here's supposed to live in igloos and go like ice fishing and shit with Eskimo jackets. Like that's what Alaska is.
Because they show you Australia, but they show you like rural Australia. That'd be like if they're like, this is the great state of Washington, and the whole thing was Yakima.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that.
Damn, there's no buildings over 5 stories.
That shit's crazy.
That's how they do it. Like I didn't see an Aborigine the whole time. Apparently they're very, very far up north, and that's like where they are.
Yeah.
Like, they're in politics and they run everything. I held a koala.
I heard they're mean.
I don't know. They're just
sleepy,
tired.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, there's a funny story about koalas, right? So they call them drop bears. So they have this whole myth, like how we have the boogeyman or Bigfoot.
Oh shit! Okay.
And so that if you walk under a eucalyptus tree or whatever, a koala may just like let go and drop on you and bite you and like beat you up.
Whoa!
Suck your blood or whatever, like a vampire drop bear. So
that doesn't sound like a myth. That sounds like it could really happen.
But koalas sleep 20 hours a day, so it's just all made up. You know what I mean?
Even more the reason for them to fall on top
right?
of you.
But they eat the other 4 hours, so I'm like, okay. But here's the thing. So they say that koalas have chlamydia.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah. And
I knew that.
I didn't know that. I was holding one, sent my boy the picture like, I'm cultured. right? I'm holding some shit you'll never hold, homie. Like, there's no koalas in the tack, bro. Like, I'm talking shit. He's like, you probably got chlamydia now. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? I didn't smash it.
And the
he was
baby-
like, no, they have chlamydia. Like, it's in the urine. It's on them.
I didn't fuck it.
Yeah. I'm like, I had a condom on while I was holding it. How was that possible? And so
I was wearing clothes.
Exactly. So he's like, so apparently, so I look it up after that because I'm not about to believe this fool. And so I look it up, and I guess it comes from chemically, they get stressed when their environment is in danger and all that. Like, something happens, and it just happens in them.
That's the best.
Imagine if every time we got stressed, we got chlamydia.
I was just going to say it. That's the best excuse. Oh, sorry, babe. I was just stressed. That's where you got it from. I promise.
Or I'm like, I was holding koalas.
Right.
On mama.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, nah. That's not how you get chlamydia.
And the koala babies eat the mom's poop.
Really?
Oh, yeah, we heard that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. There's a lot of animals that eat poop, though.
But they specifically eat their mom's poop.
Oh, like only the doo-doo?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Until they get older and can eat the leaves.
So why do they even hold on to, like, they hold on to their parents upward? That makes sense?
No.
I don't know what
Like,
you're
the
saying.
mama koala's holding on to a tree, and the baby koala's holding on to the mama. Both of their heads are up.
Oh, okay.
If it only eats doo-doo, the baby should just be upside down.
I mean, maybe it's just when it's laying down or something. I don't know.
I believe you.
We had some Australian chick here tell us.
It was a wild experience to see, like, the stuff that they did. But I just don't believe. I'm like, okay, if they got chlamydia, then they're just not asleep for 20 hours. Like, they're fucking. They're up there fucking. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Got to.
Yeah, they're dropping dick off bears. So that shit. I just found it so funny.
That's
And then
just crazy.
the kangaroos, right? Like, they have cute little gray ones that you can like feed, and they just walk up, and they literally are like docile. Like,
I've pet a kangaroo before.
Yeah, I was at a sanctuary, so they were just like, 2-year-olds were walking up feeding them.
Okay.
Despite the 5-inch fingernails, and like they were clearly dangerous.
Yeah.
But these were so docile. I was like feeding I don't know, like a little cat or a baby goat.
Okay.
But then they had like big red ones that were just like, and it was crazy because all the gray ones were down at the end, like all cuddly, and the big red ones were like solo, just like leaning against the fence, chest out.
Yeah, they were smoking
I
and
was
shit
like,
too, huh?
yeah, I'm not gonna feed that one.
No.
Yeah, with a pipe, like you know what I'm saying.
They big as hell too. They're like 5-6 feet, right?
I saw a medium one. Was like, oh, okay, he's serious.
Yeah.
I'm not. And the dude, like the guy was like, crikey, like just walk up and fucking feed it. Don't be a fucking cunt about it. He's hungry like the little ones. I was like,
nah.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not walking up to that. My thumbs up. He kicked me as a rat.
You feed it.
Go feed it. Right. You got free healthcare. You go do the shit, right?
They know you better than they know
Man,
me.
he walked right up. I mean, this kangaroo was like,
no.
man, I will beat your ass. Like, that's how he looked.
Yeah.
And the food went in front of me.
They're
He was like,
swole.
I will beat you. Oh, is that a snack? Like, and he started eating. I was like, oh, he's adorable.
Yeah.
I was like, you want to feed it? I was like, yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
It's like a person.
Yeah, he might not recognize black people. There wasn't a lot of us over there. So I was like, I'm not about to give him no new nothing to be like, let me kick it and see if it's the same color inside. Like, I'm cool.
No, knew nothing. My cousin actually, I forget why he moved to Australia. I think he did like a study abroad program.
Wow.
And then like he met somebody. So he's married, living in Australia.
Oh, 90 Day Fiance.
And the woman he's married with, you know, when she comes over here to visit, here in the States, anytime they're driving and she sees a squirrel, they have to pull over so she can take a photo. Because I guess, I don't know if it's all of Australia or where she's from.
They don't got them.
They don't got squirrels. So she freaks out over squirrels the same way like we would freak out if a kangaroo or a koala bear was rolling down Pacific Avenue in Tacoma.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's a fucking, oh my God, pull over, there's a kangaroo.
Yeah.
She's like, pull over, there's a squirrel. He's like,
Yeah.
"It's a fucking rat with a long tail. What are you talking about?"
Yeah. I tell you what else was took quite a bit of getting used to is magpies.
What are those? Oh, the
Okay.
big birds, right? They're a bird?
So just think like a crow's big homie, right?
Jesus Christ.
So, but here's the thing: they scream or whatever at night. Like that's how they at night. So it's completely quiet. There's no cars driving, and this one magpie is just. They like to hear their voice echo,
Oh, yeah, I was going to do the same thing.
and they're like,
How do you spell it? Like, it's
It's just-
magpie?
Magpie.
Oh, that's a beautiful.
Yes, and
Blue-
that
blue
little motherfucker right there
bird.
got speakers in its wings. I'm telling you right now, there's no
You made
going
it
to
sound
sleep.
like it was a fucking
Raven or something.
vulture.
No, it's not that it's big. First of all, that is a bigger bird, but it looks little in these pictures. It's like this if you're holding it. That ain't no little ass bird you're looking at.
It's like a turkey.
You need something for reference on the screen, like a pencil, so you can be like, oh, okay.
Wait,
Trying to wait for him to yell. He ain't yelling right now.
Man, shit.
it sounds
I'll take your word
nice.
for it, though, Nate. I'll take your word for it.
Put in
think you're being
magpie
dramatic.
screams or something.
Magpie.
It's crazy. They do it at like 3 in the morning, from 3 in the morning to 5
Have you
in the
ever
morning.
heard turtles having sex?
I Is it slow? It is?
Is it really?
Haven't we played the audio before of the turtle when the turtle nut?
Oh, and that's the other thing. So magpies dive bomb your head.
Oh, yeah, it's attacking this kid on a
Yes,
scooter.
It pecks people's heads. And so all of the delivery drivers, it stays on you too. See?
Why is he so territorial?
They just are. They like shiny stuff, and they just pick a target, and they'll follow you for like literally 10 miles.
Did you get attacked by one?
No, but there's hella delivery drivers. Like Uber Eats is bicycles.
Uh-huh.
And so
Oh, damn.
they have zip ties inside of their helmets sticking out all crazy. Like they all look like Hellraiser. And I'm like, yo, why are they all doing that to their helmets? And they're like, it's to keep the magpies out. That's not it
Like
either.
the
That's not
funniest
it
shit
either.
I've
No.
ever heard.
Let me find one, man. It's like magpie
At
scream or
night.
screech.
Put at night. You said it's only at night?
Man, I never heard no shit like it. It took me so long. And then when we woke up the next day, the whole cast was like, dude, did you hear the goddamn birds outside? I'm like, motherfucker, the nest is on my balcony. Yes, I heard it.
Singing. They call it
Oh,
singing.
my
I don't think we're
God.
looking for singing.
Okay, I call it on fire, the way they sound.
Damn, Australia is just a whole nother world, isn't
What do
it?
you call that? Crowing? Magpieing?
Screet? Yeah.
Maybe it's their mating call.
I'll just put magpie loud.
You got a bunch of horny
that?
birds outside your hotel window.
Why are magpies so freaking loud?
And real quick, Junkyard Dog. That
Yeah.
was in the era, the wrestling area of like. That's when I started watching it. Or Jimmy Superfly Snuka was in the
Nice.
same era.
Yeah.
I remember Junkyard
yep,
Dog.
Yep.
I remember Junkyard Dog. Didn't he have a chain?
So that's when I said I went to the hardware store.
You got a chain.
I bought tow truck chains.
I remember. That's crazy. Is he still alive?
No, so Junkyard Dog actually tragically died when he was like 37 or 38. And I don't hold me to it because it might have been 34 or 35. But it was like he died. He was doing a road trip across like 9 states after going to see his daughter graduate. So he just like had a car crash and died.
Oh, shut up.
And so it kind of I mean that obviously sucks. But when you go to reprise a role and to show their legacy, I feel like most of the other cast members had the benefit of legitimately being able to talk to the person they were playing because they were alive.
That's why I asked. Yeah.
Like the Wild Samoans were able to talk to Afa and Sika. They were alive still, old but alive. Or Andre the Giant character got to talk to people who knew Andre. Like he would have held a wine this way, or he would have held a. So he's like. He's him.
Yeah.
I'm talking to people and they're giving me their best. Like, you know, he held court. He was funny. You know, he loved kids. You know?
What else you got for me, though?
Yeah.
Hey, is somebody on
I'm
the
like,
show?
was he left-handed? What the hell? I got to give me something, you know?
Is there a Mean Gene Okerman on this show? Is there?
No. So there's a lot of wrestlers that get roles, but the people that were closest to the family is who they highlight. And then as it goes on, like, there's more and more references to wrestlers. Like, they're really in it.
Yeah.
Like, you might see a glimpse of something like, oh, that's, you know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
Yeah. So, and then the hype around this is so big that I'm already in anticipation of there being a season 2.
You have to.
Oh, nice.
You have to be.
Because this is, I mean, I've already seen the pilot. And when I tell you it's and if I took myself out of it and was objective, I'd be like, I would watch that.
Good.
That's fire.
And NBC is one of those networks that they don't fuck around with bullshit. You know what I mean? Like you're not getting whack shit on NBC. Let's be honest. That's a great cosign.
You're gonna get some heat.
That's
and
a great
as far
cosign.
for like career wise.
This is the last time we're gonna see you.
I don't know.
You're like, I'm never coming back to this place again. Call my agent.
No, something's going to skyrocket again because you're back.
That's right.
Obviously, all this stuff happened because you were here, you know?
Well, my guy's awesome, so I'm just gonna keep faith in him and keep on moving forward.
Yeah.
If I can survive a global pandemic, economic shutdown, and still have a club ready to open, I'm just thankful. But as far as the show goes and the role and all that, here's the other side, because everything has a silver lining, right? Because Junkyard Dog passed away early, and there isn't like family members in charge of his likeness and all that stuff.
Right.
They can essentially write as much as they would like.
Good point.
And really just let him flourish in the show like he did in real life.
Good point.
So I'm with it. And so I think, in my opinion, and this maybe I'm too humble, but I think I got the role because I look like him, and then they realized I was, I don't know, a star or whatever from how all the interactions happened, how I was when we filmed, how I was when we weren't filming, how I was, you know what I'm saying, on set, offset, because they take a chance when you cast a bunch of people that you saw on either Zoom or 7 months ago,
right,
and say, hey, we're going to fly you to the other side of the world. let's see if everyone gets along.
Good point.
Are you actually a great actor, or do you just sell us on those 3 lines you said in the room that day?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, we were doing table readings with The Rock and everything, and the feedback that I was getting was like mind-blowing. So I was like, thank you for appreciating me.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's a big deal, and it's on NBC on February 16th. Yeah, so it's a part of their new comedy block. It's that show and also Keenan coming through. So Tuesdays should be sold up there, and I'm wildly excited. We are going to have a viewing party at the Super Funny Comedy Club.
I was just going to say, okay, good.
Yeah, and so, I mean, because of the nature of how we found out that we can open, like there's a lot of moving parts that are all moving at once. And so I got some bigger brushstrokes to manage before I get to the, hey, here's the flyer for this or here's whatever. But we're on it, you know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, after this, I'm going to get the 17-foot projector screen to show that. And there's a football game coming up I want to show too.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. A couple people playing.
Nice little game.
You got money on either side?
Absolutely not.
No.
Because what would logically make sense is to go with Kansas City because they have so much talent. But you can't.
And they're kind of congealed as a team.
Yeah, but Brady's ridiculous. Like, what do you do?
Incredible.
He's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know? So they're either going to, like, win by, I don't know, 6 or lose by 42.
I get you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Kansas City's either just gonna never get off the gas, and it's like, why did these guys play?
Right.
Why aren't the Seahawks here? Or it's gonna be like, oh my God, a nail biting, tough, crazy game. Like, why is Mahomes limping? And what Tyreek Hill's out? And like a bunch of stuff has to go wrong for the Chiefs to make this interesting. But we have a chance at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm just gonna sit and watch. Plus, I think it's, I mean, it's historic, but I think it's really crazy. The concept that the Super Bowl is at the home team's place. That's never happened before.
Right.
And it's in a place that's open.
Which
Let's say Seattle was the home
perfect.
team in Seattle. They'd be like, and the Super Bowl is just going to be screens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Florida's like, you know what I'm saying? They're open.
They're out.
Perfect.
If I get COVID at the game, I got it.
Yeah.
I went to the game.
Whose ring is that?
Yeah, that's
my bad.
No, you're good. It's my
Okay.
my web designer.
Shoot.
We are actively getting. There's a lot of pieces moving.
I'm saying, damn, I was going to bring something up. Oh, do you know how much free advertisement the gay pizza place in Lacey got last time you were here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gay 90s?
Gay 90s Pizza. What was it called?
I'm not talking about it anymore.
No, I'm just saying.
I hear you,
bro.
but let's just take it all in, right?
Okay.
So
The gay pizza place.
yeah, gay 90s pizza, dirty days, gay 90s,
Dirty Days. That's
dirty
right.
days.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it anymore.
Okay.
You can say it.
Okay.
So I do that. I know it's going crazy. People are on my Facebook like, yo, I remember Dirty Day. I'm going tonight, right?
Yeah.
They blast through a bunch of they got a little peak in sales. You know what I'm saying? I show up. I'm like, hey, guys, I just want to get a Dirty Days Gay 90, blah, 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 right? And I'm like, hey, I just was on KUBE. They're running a whole thing right now over and over, free advertising for you guys. It was crazy. Like, I love this place or whatever, right? They're like, oh, thanks. $22.91. And I was like, which is fine. That's fair.
Yeah.
But part of me was like, come on, fam.
For
Exactly.
real.
In a pandemic, you got free advertising?
Yeah. We ran that interview so many times, like not just after you left, like the day after you left or whatever, we ran it. And then we ran like, on the weekends, we do like here's some of what you missed during the week. And then when we would take off for vacation, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever, like
just ran.
We got to play that gay 90s. And then like it went crazy on Instagram and YouTube for a while. So I didn't know that you were aware. But yeah, then like, we had a bunch of callers and texters like, oh, that place, they have this and they changed their name. Like they're wording us up about it. Like, oh, it's this place and I've been there and it changed because the family is something. Like, God damn, like Lacey was tuned in. Repping the gay pizza place.
And I can't stunt. I felt some kind of way helping them go viral for the word to mouth. You know what I'm saying? And then they're like, yeah, $22.90.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, you can't give me, like, you have free pictures of root beer on Mondays. You can't just act like it's a Monday. It's Tuesday. If you guys don't give me some goddamn sauce out this bitch, like, I was so mad. Throw me some more Parmesan packets in that motherfucker. Something.
Yeah.
But, fair is fair. And, they have a thing they charge for, and it is what it is.
Ask you.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said they're like, we didn't ask you, but
I
thanks.
was just surprised how many listeners reacted to us talking about it. Like, there is a lot of love. And Lacey probably was on the radio all morning that day. All the callers and texters were all from Lacey. Oh, my God.
My people.
But, yeah, man, super proud of you, super happy for you.
Thank you.
The two big things I want to get across is that Thursday the 16th on NBC.
Tuesday 16th.
Sorry, you're right. Tuesday the 16th on NBC is the premiere of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's Young Rock, featuring the Junkyard Dog played by Nate Jackson. And then I'm going to say the 11th. Yeah.
You keep that there.
Okay.
If you want.
Yeah.
I feel like the Seattle press should like holler at your boy. Like,
I was wondering why.
Fuck. Like, why do I have to we're friends.
Yeah.
I got to go on with my friends to talk about a national show that a local guy is on. I'm like, where's the intelligence? Where is the News Tribune? Where is the Olympian? Like, I'm a River Ridge kid. I'm a fat kid from Lacey that made it all the way to TV with The Rock.
They should. I'm surprised they don't.
And what are we talking about? And we have $1 million comedy club opening in Tacoma. Like, somebody.
I'd feel a certain way if I were you.
Yeah.
The news should not just be, and that person died, and this person died. It should be like, and guess what, people?
Yeah.
Shine some light. Like,
I know.
God damn, we've held the hope so long. It's like, show it. I'm down. We can do it. We can do a story. If you need a press release, holler at me. But I don't think I should have to reach out. Like,
you shouldn't.
They had 232 outlets available for when they sit down and have the first revealing of everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, and nobody from Seattle was at? Like,
well,
how am I on Rotten Tomatoes by name in picture?
Yeah.
Variety by name in picture. I come back home and like people know because of my Facebook or they know because of my reach.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. I'm like,
that's why I was going to reach out to you because I saw your Instagram post. I'm like, oh, my God, word, let's do it. But you reached out to me right before. But it was already on my radar. And we do a lot on this show and the station. But speaking for myself and Lizette, I know we do a lot to keep the spotlight right here locally. We do everything we can to highlight local restaurants, local businesses, local what's good stories.
And you know what, man?
There should be so many other agencies doing that.
Like, skirt real quick.
Yeah, please.
Who's giving y'all roses?
Nobody.
I got you. Just give me 45 seconds.
You got it all.
If you grew up in Seattle, in the Pacific Northwest, you know we've had a turbulent morning radio scenario here. As a kid, we were dying and T-manning.
Uh-huh.
And then we've just been putting it together and patching it, and Super Sam's held us down.
Mm-hmm.
Then we went to another market and they entertained us. We have our people holding us down, representing us locally, taking care of us, and giving us great content every morning. Wake up with them. It's the Wake Up Show.
Thank you, sir.
Hey.
Strawberry and Lizette are doing their motherfucking thing. Pardon my language. You can beep it.
I'll beep it.
But I'm just saying.
I appreciate it,
like,
though.
damn, what do we do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy to me that we don't hold our own up. But if I go to Texas, they got a whole night of slow music. I can listen to Chop and Screwed on the national station of all local artists. Yes, we hold it down. And Casey Carter, you know what I'm saying? Like, people like that are doing their thing. And many people that I'm not even naming. But it's like, come on, fam.
I know.
There's people here doing it. Like, we should be lifting up everyone. But can we lift up home first?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank you for that.
That's all I'm saying. Like, if your favorite show is filmed and taped and recorded in New York, what's up with your ears for, like, put them to the ground here?
I get you. Yeah.
You feel me? And I'm not hating on nobody, but you got everybody streaming shows and listening to what they, but home is doing it.
Yeah.
We're doing it. And I put y'all up pound for pound against any other show. Like, we're doing 2-man with a third. Like, nationally?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fight I'd bet on.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Like, what? I'm for real.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I've been everywhere twice. So I'm just telling you, this shit is thorough. And I'm happy that it's here.
Been to Australia.
Yeah. And this is coming from somebody international.
Crikey.
Who got chlamydia straight from a koala. He
got Australian chlamydia. You never had no chlamydia
He didn't get it from Aurora. Like, Nate Jackson got chlamydia from the source.
Down under.
But as we're sitting here talking about The Rock, and I don't know if it's a pandemic, COVID thing, but when shows launch, there are those junkets where you have people like, hey, we have this actor, and this actor. Can we get them on for an interview at this stage? You know, there are people in charge of that. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, just because I know Nate and Nate knows me and we have each other's phone number, like, that's why he's here. But where was the push? Where is the King 5, the Como, the Q13? Where is the NBC people pushing that out? So that was in the back of my mind, but I'm like, fuck it, he's already here. Like, we're doing our part. Like, whatever else they're doing, we're doing our part.
We'll do our thing, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, and I can't stunt. Like, I feel partially some type of way. I feel like I should.
I
would.
would.
Dang, man, I'm from the state capital.
Yeah.
I eat Dirty Dave's pizza. And I'm
Gay
coming
pizza.
out on the 16th on your TV, every TV in the world, major network with The Rock. Come on, guys.
Can it get bigger than that? Like,
Can I?
Can't.
I mean, I don't need front page.
Right.
Give me a little.
But some type of recognition.
Give me a little crust in a corner, and
Yeah.
one of the God, you got a whole entertainment section. Like, what can we talk about? Is there a local angle to any of these stories, dude?
Bro, we talked about a tap dancer from Renton who's kind of on a Netflix show with Debbie Allen. You know what I mean? Like, it was good, and we showed her love. You know, she's like 12 years old or something like that. But it's like, there's that, but there's Nate Jackson who's on the fucking show with The Rock on NBC. Like.
And I'm the type of person that appreciates both. Like, shout out to the 12-year-old that made it to kind of. Debbie Allen is a legend.
Yeah, we did.
And you covered it.
Yes.
Great. So that means that's covered. What about this one too, though?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not tripping hard because I'm about to like put out the word and see if I get some nibbles back. But the 16th is coming up, and I'm in town. I'm here, and I just feel like damn,
Someone should reach
it
out.
should not all just be the homies.
I know.
You know? So it's all good.
And then give me the website again for people who are listening to the podcast right now and like, wait, what was that website to get tickets for the Super Funny Comedy Club in Tacoma?
Superfunnycomedyclub.com. And if you prefer Instagram, you can go to @SuperFunnyComedyClub on there. And if you just want to see what I'm doing, like, who is this person? It's @Mr. Nate Jackson on Instagram. There's skits, sketches.
Yeah, you're putting out good content. You're putting out real good content too.
There's pictures behind the scenes, pictures with cast and all that kind of stuff on there. I've been enjoying myself.
You are.
You know, as far as Instagram is concerned, that's where I've had to put my energy because if you didn't pivot to the internet during this, woo,
you got lost.
Speaking of pivot, is Twerk Circus coming back? Or you can't now because you're on NBC with The Rock.
That was a problem.
Oh, I thought so. Okay.
Literally, it was a thing.
Oh, it was a thing.
It was a thing. It was like we love him. But The Rock's image and
I understood. Okay.
We just can't have a international booty meat shaking thing.
That was a good time.
Like,
if you guys caught the wave, if you guys were on that train when it was going, that was a good time.
It was a good look. But I'm like, dude, the only reason it worked is because I appreciate people. I appreciated the women we were people from the Dominican Republic, Jamaica, like they were lighting stuff on fire, like juggling and twerking. Like I was like, this is no longer just Tory Lane's live. Like this is a show.
Right.
And they were winning money. Like we sent $5,000 to the Dominican. That is the equivalent of like 85 bands in their money. The girl won and wrote a paragraph like, I'm going to give back to the community. Like she became like the mayor for a week.
Wow.
So it was
crazy.
super epic. But like if they took the time to lean in, they'd be like, okay, it's not crass. But if you look at it from a distance, from the bureaucratic,
bird's eye view,
the other side of it, you're like, let's just play it safe and not do this.
Smart.
So I was like, skirt, and just stopped. Like had to take everything down, had to completely disassociate myself with it, and I don't regret it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so once this airs, we might revisit.
Okay.
We might see.
Okay.
Once it airs and they're like, there's only one JYD, it's like, and he's got a twerk circus show. You know what I'm saying? As long as I don't put like any of the other actors on it twerking, I think I'm good.
You'll be good.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not throwing cheeks. I'm just hosting it.
I'm not the one clapping cheeks in here.
Exactly. So, no, Twerk Circus was a riot, man. And it got a lot of people through the beginning of the quarantine. And it was so cool that, like, couples were sitting down and watching it together. It wasn't just, like, guys
Creepy
creeping
guys.
off and watching. Yeah, it was, like, husbands and wives, like, watching it and commenting. Like, and there's judges. Like, all the judges were females. And so it was really, like, it was tasteful. It was a good look. It walked the line, but it leaned tasteful every time. Like, I'm the one being like, I can't show you. You need to put on a shirt. I can't. No, that's just pan. I need you to go put on some panties and shorts. That's not. What is that? A shoelace?
So there actually was a limit here.
Yeah, you got to. Otherwise, it turns into Pornhub or something crazy. And I'm like, I have no interest in that. Like, I want to entertain. It got to the point where literally one night the girl that won was on a stripper pole wearing roller skates, playing a trumpet.
Yeah.
Twerking and going around like beep, bop, ba, ba, beep, bop, ba, da. I'm like, we have a winner.
And she was being talked about like the next couple weeks. She was they kept talking about her.
She was so popping. I went on Michael Blackson's live 2 nights later, and they had recruited her. She was at his house like, I'm here to play the trumpet. I'm like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? And celebrities were popping in. We had Lunel and Dion Cole and Chico Bean. Like they would just literally come in like, what is this? I'm like, hey, man, just be a judge, man. I'm going to show you a dancer, and then I'll come back to you. And then I come back to them, and they're all like, fam! Like, Deion Cole was legitimately like, we got to get this shit on Netflix.
Yeah,
like, for real. And then a lot of stuff happened
funny.
like on the civil rights tip, and all the networks were like, we probably shouldn't buy a booty meat show right now.
Yeah. So, not the time.
Yeah, so I'm that's a thing. But so we'll see. I mean, and if it's successful, maybe there's like a Twerk Circus live because the club's open now.
That'll be fun.
Keep it tasteful. Bring all the champions up.
Yes.
Twerk Circus tour.
I mean,
Oh,
it
that
could
might be
happen. I mean, the
something.
girls that were winning, like Courtney Sanderson, that's the girl that does the handstand and twerks in the baby's video. We had Apple Watts, who's
Okay.
like a video of it. Like the people that were coming, I was like,
I fuck with Apple Watts. I actually know who that is.
yeah.
See?
Apple
Love and hip hop.
won 4 times. She was going to a costume store and doing like, all right, I'm gonna do a Willy Wonka, and she would literally put the whole blow up house in there. Put on
wow.
makeup, put on a whole show, have a friend be like, admission is 1 ticket. All this is on Instagram Live.
Yeah.
Then they were like walking through with the camera, and then Apple comes out in an Oompa Loompa outfit, and she does all her tricks, and then she like does a flip and splashes ass in a Benny tub.
She's
I'm
dope.
like, she won 4 out of 5 times. And the last time she didn't win was because a girl literally got in a tub and like lit herself on fire with like, she put like
rubbing alcohol or something?
something,
Yeah.
but and it could have been bad.
Do you ever
Could've been
feel
bad.
like you will be held liable if some shit goes south?
Yeah, after the girl lit herself on fire, like every 30 minutes, I had a button I play. They're like, whatever you do in your screen of the Twerk Circus is your responsibility. Do not hold us. And so the girl
Yeah.
literally, I mean, she took like, I don't know what it was.
Right.
And she poured it on both sides. Boom, boom.
Wait, so she twerked on fire?
Hold on. The song's, it comes on. I'm like, she's like, I'm ready, right? Jamaican, right? And she's a sweet, sweet girl. She'd been on there before. And so she's like, I'm about to turn it up this time. I'm like, okay, bet. What are you going to do? I don't know what they're going to do. She goes, alcohol. She turns a lighter and tries to light this cheek. The lighter doesn't go. She doesn't know. So she turns to the other side. She lights that side and it goes. It's like, She turns on the shower. It puts it out and then she dances. So she was really, the fire thing was like less than 3 seconds.
Yeah.
It actually, like she actually
She
got
lit
burnt
herself
some.
on fire
Did she
and
really?
then
Yeah,
turned
a
the
little
shower
bit.
on?
Yes, and then she twerked in the
I would have
water.
done all that backwards.
Right.
Let me turn the shower on first.
Get it ready.
I was like, there was a
Just
lot
in
of room for
case.
error here.
Yes.
If that first cheek would have caught, like that lighter would have went, I would have had to close the live out.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, because people don't understand, like fire's nothing to play with.
True.
And then when you accelerate it on your skin itself with nothing, like she didn't cover herself in Vaseline and then do it. She just went for it.
Oh, is that
But
the
we
secret?
couldn't tell at the time. I was like, you win.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
Easy.
crazy. It was like, what are we, like people were screenshot. It went around the world twice. It was, this girl legitimately in Jamaica became a celebrity.
I don't want to encourage listeners to start looking up Twerk Circus clips on YouTube, but there got to be screen recordings out there. There's got to be.
I don't want you to look them up, but if you go
There's
to,
But
gotta
if
be
you
a
find
ton.
them,
yeah, no, there's nothing to mind on there. But just know that like the energy that goes into like the love, the laughter, the joy, the uplift, wanting to see like even if it's something crazy as twerking, if it ain't right, I ain't a part of it. And I'm about putting together great, fun things, safe, fun things.
Yeah,
And so with the club opening, expect more of that.
Beautiful.
nice.
Hey, man, come on back here anytime you want, and best of luck not only for Valentine's weekend, the reopening of the Comedy Club, but, the premiere of this Young Rock.
Thank you so much.
Nate Jackson. Anytime you want, come on by, okay?
Bet.
It's the Wake Up Show.
With Strawberry and Lizette Love on KUBE 93.3.